With so many foundations on the market, it can be really overwhelming to pick a really great one, especially if you were over 35, over 40, and you don't have that young skin that you once did. So in this video, I will be sharing with you my top 8 favorite foundations for mature skin. We're over 35, we're 40, I'm 41, and these work great on my skin. And I've also used these on people older than me when I've done makeup. I feel like they will work so well. So if you're into that, let's chat, let's spill the tea. Hi, my name is Meg and I am a beauty and lifestyle creator. I've been creating content for over 15 years. I've tested so much makeup in my time as a creator. I'm like one of the OG beauty bloggers. So I'm here to share my knowledge and experience. I'm also a self-taught makeup artist. I'm not a practicing makeup artist. I do it occasionally. I know this is one of those essential beauty items that I feel like if you find the right one, you want to marry one, you want to be with it forever. I've tested well over 100 foundations in my time, and these 8 are ones that I would highly recommend. We have 4 high-end and 4 drugstore, and they're different in coverages, finishes, consistencies, things like that. So I did it this way so you could find something based on your own preferences. So let's start with just like a universally beautiful foundation that's gonna work for all skin types. That's like medium buildable coverage, and this is in the luxury category. This is the most expensive foundation in this video. So we'll just start there. We'll just bite the bullet with this. And this is the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I know this is well loved by makeup artists, celebrity makeup artists. I feel like this looks beautiful on nearly everyone, especially those with more mature skin. It's got a nice pump on it. It has a beautiful medium buildable coverage. I already said that. It's called the Luminous Silk Foundation, and it definitely has a very gorgeous skin-like satin finish. It's not radiant, so it's not glittery, it's not like over the top dewy where you look like you're sweaty, but it's just got this natural healthy glow. It almost looks like skin. It's beautiful. They do sell a mini size of it, or go get a sample at Sephora if you want to try it out. Lovely. I love it so much. And then here's another one that's kind of in the same vein where it is medium coverage with a nice like buildable. You can definitely get this to full coverage. This is the Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation, and this is a really beautiful one. I am so messy. But this one is another one where it's got that really gorgeous skin-like finish. It's beautiful. It's less expensive than the Armani, but I find it to be a little bit more similar. It definitely wears really well. So if you have trouble with your foundations lasting on you with those medium coverage, like natural satin finish ones, this is one that's gonna last you a long time as far as longevity goes on the face throughout the day. I do find that I definitely need to make sure that I'm on my A game with my skin prep, meaning I have to make sure that I moisturize and really hydrate the skin before this goes on, because it can cling a little bit to some of my dry patches. But if my skin is prepped beautifully, it always goes on so smooth. You just want to make sure that you're hydrated. So gorgeous. Let's bump over to drugstore with a medium to full coverage foundation that is so gorgeous. And it is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation. That is also a medium buildable foundation. You can definitely get this full coverage. I would say it's leaning medium full. Beautiful. It is a nice thin liquidy consistency that spreads out and blends out beautifully. It's almost impossible to mess this up when you blend this out. It is so long wearing. I wore this in Disney World 8 months pregnant in May when it was like very hot. So if that tells you anything on how well this lasts, girl, you want this in your life. So this is probably my favorite like glam foundation from the drugstore. I feel like you can create a really beautiful glam makeup look with this. It photographs beautifully as well. So if you have an event, like it's gonna look gorgeous. But I also feel like you can apply less and wear it in a more everyday sort of manner. So you don't wanna look super glam, sure, just use less, like maybe half a pump, because you can build it or sheer it out depending on what you're looking for. We're gonna jump back over to a high-end product. This is for the people that love a radiant finish that's medium coverage, but also will wear fairly well. And this is the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. This is gorgeous. This is another one where I also feel like I need to make sure that my skin is prepped really well and super hydrated before applying it, but when it is, It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a nice, thin, liquidy consistency. It's got medium coverage with a nice radiant finish. But the thing about this one is that it wears incredibly well. It doesn't stay tacky feeling on the skin. It doesn't feel greasy. It doesn't look sweaty. It's just like this super healthy, radiant look to it. So if you love to look glowy and your skin feels very dull, you're going to love this. I even feel like oily skin might like this because of how well that it wears, but if you have dry to combination skin, I feel like you'll really like this as well. This is one of my favorite foundation finds in the last, I don't even know how long, and it's not even technically a foundation. And this is the Maybelline Super Stay Skin Tint. I put a pump on mine because I absolutely hate the dropper, and I will link the foundation pump below for you, but this foundation, well, the skin tint, it actually performs more like a medium coverage foundation, and the wear time on this is actually insane. I feel like this is a great one for all skin types. It just wears beautifully. It looks gorgeous on the skin. Every time I wear this, I'm like, this is beautiful. I don't know why it's called a skin tint, because it really reminds me a lot of like the NARS Light Reflecting, or even like the Luminous Silk. Like if these two had a baby, it would be this, I think. You can also build it. I feel like it's pretty buildable, but you can also shear it out and just apply a really light amount. It's very thin in texture and consistency. When I get a really thin foundation like that, I know that it's gonna blend really well on the skin. When you look at it in the bottle, it looks like there's some sort of like pearlescent finish to it, but I don't feel like it translates on the skin to me. I feel like I don't really see the shimmer, but that's just me. Other people could have a different opinion. I just don't notice that, and I haven't heard many people saying the same thing. I have 3 left. We're gonna go back to a high-end product. If you are looking for a really nice skin tint, you want a nice, just like really dewy, lightweight, moisturizing feeling tint, and you have mature skin, definitely give the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint a try. I know not as many people are talking about some of these things as much lately, but these are products that I feel like have definitely withstood the test of time the last few years, that I still recommend these. So this one, I hate the dropper. I probably should put a pump on this. I think that this would fit on this as well. I should really try that. And it's got like a really, really emollient consistency. So if you're oily, I would definitely say be a little cautious with this one, but I have heard oily skinned people have really enjoyed it. Now, the best thing about this one is that it does have an SPF 40 to it, but I always recommend that you apply your additional SPF no matter what foundation you're wearing, just to ensure that you get proper SPF coverage. But that's nice that this has a little bit of mineral sunscreen. It's zinc oxide in there, so a little extra sun protection doesn't hurt anybody, right? It's super emollient, super dewy, got a medicinal herbal scent to it. Yeah, people have told me this every time I mention that. They're like, don't you hate that scent? It doesn't bother me. It just smells like herbal to me, and I can't put my finger on what it is. So if you're very sensitive to fragrance or smells, you might want to steer away from this, but for me, it's just very faint and it goes away, it dissipates when it's on my skin, so it doesn't bother me. But if you're the kind of person that just wants something easy to throw on the skin, use your hands and just blend it out, this is great. Now, on the other end of that, where you want a drugstore product that's $5, and I've been talking about this product for how many years now, it is the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. I'm gonna say it, we're just gonna say it now. I hate the shade range of this. I think they need more than 10 shades. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is light to medium coverage. You can definitely like build it up if you want to, but I feel like it looks best just like one layer of it on. And it just has this beautiful skin-like finish. I don't feel like it stays greasy feeling. It hydrates the skin, but it never feels greasy when I wear this. And it also wears amazing. I always wear this in the summer and I'm like, girl, why have I forgotten how good this is? It truly is a beautiful product, and I recommend it to almost everyone because it is so affordable. You could buy 2 of them and mix them together to get your perfect shade. I know that kind of stinks to do that. There's definitely people that this is not gonna match. So I'm gonna recommend this to mix and match and see if you wanna add this to something great. I always recommend it because I feel like I always get the most feedback about this, that people really love it when I recommend it. So I feel like it's good for all skin types, oily, dry, combination. It'll be really great for you. Just love it. And this last one is a drugstore product. We're at our 8th one. We're at the final product of the day. of the video. And this is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Tint. Nobody's talking about this product anymore because we've all moved on. We have shiny object syndrome. We're always looking for the next newest thing. But there's something to be said about this product because I feel like it's so incredibly unique. It has this doe foot applicator, which is neither here nor there. It doesn't bother me, but the texture of this is so light and moussey and almost feels like a watery gel, if I'm describing that correctly. The shade range on this is also pretty terrible, but it's so incredibly light coverage. Like if you want light coverage, but it still like gives a great, like it evens out the skin tone really well. Like I tried that new CoverGirl one that's got like the bead looking things in it, and I just feel like that it didn't give me anything. It was just like too light of coverage. Like what's the point? I want something to give me something. And this gives me just a beautiful tint. Like this truly reminds me of like a hyaluronic acid serum that has a tint, a little bit thicker though. It's so good. And I don't know why I don't reach for this more, because when I pull it out and I use it, I'm like, I remember how much I love this. And I feel like this is going to be another product that's going to be good for all skin types because it dries down and the skin feels plump and hydrated, but it doesn't feel greasy or sweaty or too glowy or too dewy. Like it's going to mix well with whatever you put on top of it. And it is sheer, so even if there isn't like a shade that's not a perfect match, you can sheer this out and wear like bronzer with it or something, and I feel like it'll work well. I wish there were more shades in these last two products. I feel like that would make these a home run for real. So that's it for today's video. I wanted to do like an updated best foundations for mature skin video. This is for the girlies who are over 35, over 40. We're reaching that age where the things that we used to love in our 20s and early 30s is just not working for us anymore. So if you're finding that for yourself, I guarantee you're gonna find something in this video, one of these products, you're gonna like them. So thanks for tuning into today's video. I appreciate you being here. You guys are the best, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.